Lesson 4 of week 18. Hello grade 11s. Today we're going to focus on gaseous exchange in the alveoli. Remember that the alveoli are the air sacs, and it is in the air sacs of the lungs that gaseous exchange will take place between the environment, because air is coming into the alveolus, and the blood. And it is at this point that we're going to get our exchange. We're going to exchange oxygen for carbon dioxide. Now, the alveoli themselves are extremely well suited to gaseous exchange. First of all, they have a very large surface area. Did you know that the surface area of your lungs is greater than the surface area of your skin? In other words, if you were to take all of the tissue making up the alveoli, and if you were to flatten it on a surface, it would be a larger surface area than the surface area made up by your skin. The alveoli, of course, are extremely thin. They are only one cell layer thick. They are made up of the kind of tissue that you have already learnt about in grade 10, squamous epithelium. And squamous epithelium is very flat tissue. It's one single cell layer of thin membrane cells that are flattened. So the cell exchange surface is exceptionally thin. They are constantly, these cells, kept moist, and this will help the exchange of gases, and they have a rich blood supply. And this is important in order for the exchange of gases from the body into the environment. What we have pictured here in diagrammatic form is the alveolus and a blood capillary. Now this is how gases are exchanged in the alveoli. Coming into the alveolus is air that is rich in oxygen. It has a high oxygen concentration. The blood that is moving past the alveolus has a low oxygen concentration. And as you know from the laws of diffusion, which you studied in grade 10, substances diffuse, let's write the word down a diffusion or concentration gradient. That means a slope. And substances move down a concentration gradient from a high concentration of the substance to a low concentration of the substance. And so if in the alveolus we have a high concentration of oxygen, and in the blood we have a low concentration of oxygen, what we have is a concentration gradient. And so oxygen will move from the alveolus down the concentration gradient, across the membranes and into the blood. On the other hand, carbon dioxide is in a high concentration, or there is a high concentration of carbon dioxide in the blood. Alternatively, there is a low concentration of carbon dioxide in the alveolus. And so once again, we have a concentration or diffusion gradient. A high concentration in blood, low concentration in the alveolus, which means that the carbon dioxide will move from the blood into the alveolus, and when exhalation takes place, the carbon dioxide will be exhaled. For homework, I would like you to write a couple of sentences explaining the statement, oxygen moves down a concentration gradient from alveolus to blood.